Jaskirat, I want to come back to you on the question of what the government plans to do next, because we know they opposed the commutation of these death sentences. Will they file a curative or a review petition?
There were indications about a couple of weeks ago that the government was considering filing a review petition against that January judgment of the Supreme Court where the 15 death sentences were commuted. Perhaps not for the entire judgment, but some of the criteria laid down by the Supreme Court or the contention laid down by the Supreme Court was something that the government was not agreeable to. That review petition has not been filed yet. So the indication is that there is a 30-day time period within which a review petition can be filed after a judgment. So that judgment at the 30-day period actually gets over in the next couple of days. Now, both these judgments will have to be taken into consideration when the review petition is filed, if at all. So the government is perhaps just reconsidering it and perhaps waiting for this judgment to come out in a complete written form. See what are the arguments laid down by the court while commuting the death sentences to life sentence, and then take their strategy forward. But of course, those indications are only indication, nothing formalized as far as government's decision to file the review petition was concerned.
I want to put that point you just made to, and the point that Priyamvada was just making to Mr. R. Rajgopalan, who is a senior journalist who's still with Javed Ansari, our national affairs editor. Javed, Priyamvada reminding viewers there that while the state chief minister does have the powers to grant a remission on these sentences, she hasn't yet given that to Nalini, who was the other assassin convicted in the murder of Rajiv Gandhi.
Mr. Rajgopalan, you were making this point that the state government has the power and she is likely to release these people. But she hasn't done that in the case.
Oh, we apologize to our viewers. We seem to have lost that satellite connection with Javed Ansari. We're going to correct it as soon as we can. All right, I'm told that Javed is back. Javed, coming back to you on that question.
ADMK, and they wanted to reflect that. That is why, the impression gathered that it will be beneficial for the ruling party. That is ADMK, that is Jayalalitha. She will definitely take the law of a loophole in the law to release them.
How will the Congress party react to this?
Where is Congress there? There is no Congress, because they have been, despite Priyanka Gandhi meeting them, despite Rahul Gandhi going there, despite Sonia Gandhi writing to the president, the then president, nothing will be happening because it is not to be translated in the,
For the benefit of our viewers who are not really up to date, who have not followed this on day-to-day basis, what precisely was the stand of the Gandhi family? That it should be commuted, isn't it?
Yes, they said it should be commuted. In fact, it's a victory for Gandhi family. Instead of Gandhi family claiming that and Congress people in Tamil Nadu claiming that, it has been handed over on a silver plate to ADMK government, because ADMK is in ruling party now. They are in powers to release these people, and I am very confident by March, middle of March, if they come out, and they will go to every constituency and ensure that 40 to 40 Jayalalitha gets. That type of scenario they are emerging now in Tamil Nadu.
So, what, if I'm not mistaken, what you're saying is that these people will start campaigning for Jayalalitha, isn't it?
They will go independently. They will go independently to other places, because it is Jayalalitha who gave me freedom. It is Supreme Court who gave us freedom. It is Supreme Court who denied that, we should not be hung. We should be given a life sentence. And having suffered 25 years, we are having a freedom. We have to breathe the fresh air. That is the attitude they are taking. And I am very, very, very sure. I have information which I cannot be sharing with you, Javed. It is definite that they will be released in another 15 days to 1 month's time.
Okay, what has brought about this change of heart? Because if memory serves me right, Jayalalitha had called for very strong action in the wake of the late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. What has changed now?
That is militancy aspect. From the militant point of view, she was right in her own, approach. But now we are facing election. In another 1 month's time, we are going to have election. Therefore, any political person.
So what you're saying is
turn into a political aspect.
So that
any issue given to her, either ruling party or opposition party, it is a political issue during election time. Therefore, their release very soon will also be having a major impact on ADMK's victory.
So what you are, in other words, saying is, and what a lot of critics have been saying, that there's more than an element of political expediency involved here.
Of course, it is visible everywhere. In Tamil Nadu, in the jubilation, you have shown in your camera a short while ago, what an amount of jubilation in the streets of Tamil Nadu. You must understand that. From that public reaction, it is evident that again and again I am saying the ruling party in the state will take benefit out of it politically, but they will take a master stroke by Jayalalitha, which is going to happen very soon. You wait and watch, that is going to happen.
Where Rajgopalan's view is abundantly clear, he believes that the advantage is entirely with the AIDMK.
I want to go back to Priyamvada, our correspondent in Chennai, who's been covering the reactions to this story. Priyamvada, one of the views and most vociferously expressed by R. Rajgopalan, who was with Javed Ansari over there, is that there is pressure on Jayalalitha to take a decision before the elections. There are political calculations, of course, but it's not something that she might want to leave for after the elections, take some advantage of it.
But we should first understand the political situation in Tamil Nadu. Point number one, if that is the case, then Nalini would have been released months back, even before this case came up in the court. So Tamil Nadu government is not likely to act in haste, and that is what my sources are telling me. Number two, about Jayalalitha taking complete credit for this case and also reaping benefit in the elections, I really doubt, because we should understand that these groups are small groups which are attached to few political parties already. We saw Vaiko was with Ramjit Malani and he has been fighting all along for this case, so definitely he would want to take credit for it, and these groups also would support Vaiko in a way. Most of the pro-Tamil groups, of course, they will be thankful to Jayalalitha for the resolution, but in terms of votes, I really doubt if that's really going to happen. And we should remember that Vaiko is no more with AIDMK now. He's in fact with the BJP, in the BJP camp. If at all this issue is going to reflect in the votes, probably Vaiko might get one seat or one or two seats. That's what we see, and that's what the political analysts here in Tamil Nadu, who understand the ground situation, also believe.
So it really is murky politics over there in Tamil Nadu. There are, of course, some grounds for benefit that could benefit Jayalalitha, but equally there might be some things that work against her if she decides to remit the sentences of these three men.